Hi, my name is Josh Freeman. I am an attorney with Freeman and Lovell. Freeman Lovell is a law firm that represents and helps entrepreneurs in many different industries to help understand and take the right legal risks in taking their business from idea to exit. So this video is part of a series. From idea to exit series to kind of talk through the different legal principles of how to structure, scale, and sell your business, and the legal concerns and things that need to be taken into account going through those different phases of your business's life cycle. So today we're going to continue talking about this structure phase. Um, and we've been talking about this concept of controlling your cap table, and so one of the common mistakes that we see businesses make is that when they create their operating agreements or shareholder agreements, the provisions are drafted in a way that focuses on protecting the owners of the business instead of protecting the business itself. Um, and as a company that focuses, in a law firm that focuses on helping small and mid-sized businesses grow and be able to position themselves for a future exit, it's this concept of protecting the business versus protecting the owners is something that's important. And this is something that we're going to talk more about in this short video. But so far, we've talked about how to divide up equity and use vesting to protect those things. We've talked about buy-sell provisions. Today, we're going to talk a little more deeply about rights of first refusal. One of the questions that comes up often is whether to use a right of first refusal or a right of first offer. And so, first off, I'll kind of go in and explain what they are. A lot of people think they're essentially the same thing, but there's some important differences that need to be understood. So, right of first refusal is essentially the right that a company has to buy equity that an owner has already found a third party buyer for. So if I own, equity in XYZ Corp and I go and find a friend of mine that wants to buy my shares in the company, if the company has a right of first refusal, then what I have to do is I negotiate the terms with my friend, say, listen, my company has the first right to buy these. So I negotiate the terms, take those terms, present them to the company. The company then says, yeah, we want to buy them on that term. Or they say no. If the company says no, we don't want to buy them, then typically it'll go to the other key owners in the business, and those other key owners will be able to say, yeah, we want to buy those, and that's what we want to do. And then if the key owners say nope, we don't want to buy those either, then the owner can go back to his friend, or me in this case. I can go to my friend and say, okay, perfect, we're clear, and then I can sell my ownership to that individual. And so that's how the right of first refusal works. I have to go first and find the buyer, present the terms, then the company or other key owners decide whether they want to match those terms and buy it. Right of first offer is a little bit different. And on right of first offer, what I do is I go to the company first and say, hey, I'm wanting to get out of the company and sell my shares. And so I want to sell them for, $5 a share, all cash up front, and, closing by this date, whatever the key material terms. And then the company has the ability to say, okay, yeah, we want to buy those. And if the company says no, then the other key owners can say, oh yeah, we want to buy those on those terms. And then if the key owners say no, then I can then go out and try to find a third party buyer to sell them to. And in a lot of rights of first offer, what happens is I can go find any buyer I want to and sell at those terms, and then that owner is an owner in the business, kind of regardless of who they are. So one of the important provisions is to still provide, if you go with the right of first offer, still provide the company the ability to come back in when an owner's found and either stop that sale or restrict voting rights or other things like that. So the key difference between the right of first refusal and the right of first offer is the order in which things happen. So right of first refusal, the owner goes and actually finds a buyer first that's willing to perform and then presents that to the company. The right of first offer, they go to the company with proposed terms, and then the company can say, no, we don't want to. Now, the challenge that comes up, especially with rights of first offer, is say I come to the company and say, I want to sell for $5 a shares, but they're really only worth like $2.50. And then I go out and the company says, no way, we're not buying at that price. That's way too expensive. And then I go out and try to sell them, and then I'm not able to sell them, and no one else wants to buy them. And then I go, oh, okay, I'll lower the price. So I go back to the company and say, okay, I'm going to lower them to $2.50. And then you go through this, process of like speculative sales based on what, owners think the company's worth versus what the company may really be worth, and some things that way. And so it can become onerous on a board or the management group of a company to, continually, respond to these and evaluate offers and different things like that, and worry about if they don't accept it, who they're going to get, and different things that way. So, so we kind of highlighted this think business first, because the right of first refusal is a term that favors the business. It's one where the business is in the driver's seat. They know who's going to be buying, the terms and everything. That way they can make a much more informed decision on what they're doing. The right of first offer is more business owner favorable, and that the business owner can kind of go set their own terms and then try to make it all happen. And the company doesn't have as good of information or other things that way to evaluate whether they're really going to be able to sell at that price or do other things that way. And so there's some complications that come up in small businesses with these. And so we always try to help our clients understand that, you need to think about the business first, and then protect the owners after that. And, and then those are the businesses that have the structure in place that's, going to allow those businesses to scale and ultimately be sold someday. So that's kind of our discussion here on the rights of first offer and rights of first refusal. And and our general position is to lean on the side of a right of first refusal, or a ROFR. So thank you for listening. My name's Josh Freeman, again with the firm Freeman Lovell. If you have any follow-up questions or things, you can reach out to me at josh@freemanlovell.com, or you can find us on our website at freemanlovell.com. And thank you for taking the time and listening, and good luck.